Why did that just stop? Hi. Hello. Hello. I have a big cotton field to harvest. It's very big. We gotta go actually get to it. Everything's here. Everything's here. Hello. Hello. I have a thing. You got your camera back. Not really. No. It's a different camera. I really want my camera back, but it is a different camera. So, different camera. Alright, back. Although, we kind of need to up this a little bit. It's very low. There we go. We have a giant cotton harvest to do tonight. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I have no idea any of that. And I have no idea how many bales it's going to be either, which is kind of the interesting question, because I'd like to know how many bales it's going to be. Yeah. So. We gotta cut a headland first. I think Sophine's gonna be on later. So we'll cut a headland so we can turn around at the end here. And then it's just gonna be, oh my god, this is gonna take... Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be a thing. Do you sit off-center in this? You do. You do. You sit off-center. All right. Let's, oh. I was gonna see if we could put GPS on this thing, but there's no GPS on this. No, we have to do it by hand? No! Oh no, we have to do it by hand. Let's change the station. We'll go to some nice chill music. This is like a nicely fertilized, almost fully supported field too. So this should be a lot of cotton. I wonder how many bales it'll be. Kind of thinking like 15 maybe. I'm kind of thinking like 15 bales. What's up, Kilroy? Kilroy, how was your work week? This is week 2 or week 3 of your new job? So tired. Yeah. Week 2. Yeah. Yeah, tired is right. Like it does. You got to get back into that whole working habit. So much to do. So much to see. So long for taking the back streets. You never know if you can go. Yeah, it's pretty. This week was a long week for me. They've all been long weeks recently. They've all been really long weeks recently. We're almost to the edge of this field. So this is a pretty good amount per pass. This is there's gonna be a couple of bundles here, because this is a lot of cotton. So we started this row at 51%. we'll just keep moving our way up. Spit out our first bale here in a minute. But yeah, it's starting a new job is always exciting too, though, because then you're like, oh, you know, you get the new hire paperwork, and it's that first few weeks is always like a bunch of training and like trying to get used to those systems from the people who are the new systems, and getting back into the consultant mindset, that too. Oh yeah, because you're swapping to back into being a consultant. You're no longer the end user anymore. That's one bale. One bale. Yeah. I worked for a couple of systems integrators. Or value-added resellers. How that was put a lot of times. It was kind of a fun job, but I definitely prefer working for manufacturers at this point. It's a good time. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so we're good here. Coming up on the end here. So if we started at 50, so it's almost, because we started at 50% in this row, and we've almost finished at 100, but that's after rolling out a bale, which means that we've actually gotten nearly 150% a row, which is absolutely nuts. I want to unload that there. That is absolutely nuts. 150% a row. Oh, so many bales. Well, there's going to be one. So there's one. And I'm thinking, we'll buy another harvester for Saint. If he ever, you know, synchronizes. There we go. But if it's 150% a row... No, it can't be 150% a row. There's no way it's 150% a row, because then we would be getting a bale every row. Oh, no, because it's 150%, but it takes 4. So it does 3. So it's a bale every other row, essentially, is what we're going to be looking at. What's up, Aragorn? We're looking at a bale essentially every other pass. Say hi to Saint. Put in some more hours on your Inquisition. What kind of Inquisition? Like the Spanish kind, or the Warhammer 40k kind, or the... $69 hours, nice. Nice. Dragon Age. Oh yeah, the Dragon Age kind. I totally forgot that that was called Dragon Age Inquisition. So much cotton. Actually, you know what? We're making good pace. $36 of 69 achievements so far. Oh, are you going for like a full 100% achievement run? That's kind of cool. Okay. Saints on 2, so we can hopefully kind of, maybe we'll get three harvesters going. Maybe we'll lease out a couple more harvesters. Kind of wondering. Oh, nope, Saint's not anymore. I know Saint's been having internet problems. Let's take out this headland. And then we'll just work on getting more. I wonder how many clothes this would make. Like, I feel like this would make a lot of clothes. There's a new map that came out for Farm Sim today, called No Man's Land, that I'm really excited for, because it's a new map for this. The first modded map that they've put on the mod hub, so it's the first kind of official modded map. And it's called No Man's Land, and it's really awesome because it's a French thing, somewhere between French and Germany apparently. And the cool thing about it is there are no... What's up? Hello. Hello. The cool thing about it is there are no fields by default. Oh, there's 3, so you can't do a full achievement run. I mean, I guess that makes sense. There's very few games that you can do a full achievement run. So there's no fields in No Man's Land, and you have to actually just buy the land and then kind of like plow and make your own fields, which I think is really awesome. So you kind of get full creativity over how the farm looks, and what your field shapes are, and all of that type of stuff. So as long as you can plow it, you can farm it, which is really cool. One is to reach an area at level 5 and the other difficulty based. That makes sense. Without lowering the difficulty. Oh. That makes sense. Well, it's still kind of cool that you'll be able to get a fair amount of achievements out of it, right? Like, you've been able to figure out that you can get, you know, 3, so missing 3 out of 69 achievements. So you're getting 66 achievements out of a run is pretty good. I feel like that takes a fair amount of planning, you know what I mean? It's like when we were doing the Oxygen Not Included achievement runs, which actually, the expansion for Oxygen Not Included released yesterday, I think, or the day before. It's on sale this week. We should play some of it, but because you just did the quest for it. I mean, still, though, it still seems like, you know, it's worked out okay. Alright, and then we can kind of bring it back this way. I always remember, like, not that game in specific, but like Disgaea, they always had the whole like sign a bill law thing, and like to get a law signed you had to have a popular vote, and like if you were mad about it you could fight enemies and or like fight the Congress people and shit, the Demon Congress. It was cool. It was a neat system. And then like the laws would change the way that the game is played. Not that it's the same thing, but, you know, almost like the same thing. What a cool harvester. It's a John Deere. This is indeed a John Deere. You have made a good assumption. This is indeed a deer. A CP690. And pass judgment you will. And it makes these really big cotton bales, which are actually also, like, legitimately really big. What Neighbors works for John Deere? Really? What do they do? I'm sure they've got plenty of this green stuff. I'm going to try to drop off all of the bales at the end. That way they're easier to collect. Is of course John Deere. Yeah, he probably gets a pretty good discount on it. That shit's expensive. Like, John Deere stuff is not cheap. They do have a case one. It does do square bales. They also have that in 22. 22 also has a case one that does square bales. There's this guy right here. Yep. He's an engineer. That's pretty cool. Go ahead and leave our bale behind, because if your bale doesn't dance, and if it don't dance, it can be no bale of mine. Engineering's good. Especially for John Deere. A lot of really cool things. But yeah, they have a ton of different products, and they're all very expensive. After we harvest this, we're gonna have to figure out what the next crop to go in is. What's something we haven't put in yet? We've done wheat. We did corn, some corn. We've done a fair amount of corn. Actually, we have a whole bunch of corn that we have to harvest, or we're gonna chop it. So we're gonna chop the corn instead of harvesting the corn. So we've done wheat, we've done corn. If you haven't hit the like button, what we haven't farmed yet is likes. But I require you guys to do that. So if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. So that's something we haven't farmed yet. We need to do... We didn't do sugar beets. And I am hesitant to do sugar beets. I'm hesitant to shoot sugar beets. And the only reason that I'm hesitant to do sugar beets is because when you do it, you have to plow the whole thing all over again. And plowing this field is, well, it's a big field. We could do canola. Sunflowers, I think, has the same issue where you have to plow it. But we could totally do canola and make oil. So we can make canola oil. We could do potatoes. We could do potatoes. Again, have to plow and everything, but we could do potatoes. This would be a very large potato field. Like an obscenely large potato field. We could do... I don't know. We can decide when we get there. What's up, Rick? What's up, Rick? We can decide when we get there. Canola's not a bad idea. Potatoes. We can do barley. We could do oats. We could do sorghum. I will not do sugarcane. That's just not going to happen. We could theoretically do sugar beets, but we've still got a bunch of them. Yeah, sugarcane on this field would be abysmal. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Because Sophine was like, I want to do... Originally, Sophine was like, I want to do sugarcane. I was like, no, you don't. And so she planted a whole thing of sugarcane, and I was like, and now how do you feel about it? Like 2 hours into harvesting a tiny field. So we're almost to three bales for this field. It's a lot of cotton. What'd you do this time? You planted sugarcane in a field at one point. I was talking about how I don't want to do sugarcane in this field. That I won't plant sugarcane here. Also, hi. What's up, Hive Mind? Saint, hello? Hello, Hive Mind. Yeah, no sugarcane here. Are you sure? Are you sure? I know you really liked sugarcane. Are you sure you don't want to do sugarcane in this field? We'll get a drone's eye view here. You finally got your Farm Sim 22? Nice. Harvesting cotton in Alabama right now? Yeah, it's about that time of year. Seems about right. Maybe a little late to harvest, but the weather's been weirdly weird this year. At least it has been around here. Yazla and I were talking about it the other day. About the weather around here not being like it was when we were kids. Leave them big rolls? You mean like those ones at the end of the field? They are big old rolls, yeah. You'll plant it when you're ready to nuke this map. Maybe. Maybe. What do you think we should put in here, Sophie? Should we put in potatoes? 50s. Yeah, it was pretty warm out today, actually. Oh yeah, Wisconsin? 50s in Wisconsin? Yeah, that's about as crazy as has been here. Yeah, it's been weirdly warm here too, actually. We have not had a thunderstorm. We have had rain that wasn't snow, which is weird. But we haven't had a thunderstorm. Not yet, at least. Thunder snow is pretty cool to have. Wait, is it? I guess it would look pretty cool, right? With the thunder coming down through the like the lightness of the snow. Like, I guess that would be pretty cool. So we'll just dump them in the edges. How much a ton of cotton weighs? Yeah, I wonder how much a ton of cotton weighs too. Big brick, that was interesting. The case harvesters do bricks, do giant bricks. The John Deere ones do giant rolls, and the case ones do giant bricks. So I always thought that was interesting as well. And then I guess it just depends on what you prefer or what your farm is doing, right? An auto steer capability? It can be, yes. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. It's more just gives you a line to kind of figure out, but you can set it to auto steer, yeah. Also, what kind of equipment you have. Yeah, well, I mean, case versus steer, right? There are cool machines, though. Although this one doesn't have... This one has the fire extinguisher, but it doesn't have, like, the fire suppression system that I saw in the video. Oh, also loaders and trailers. Well, I feel like the loaders and trailers are going to be less of a determining factor than what harvester you have, right? Like, loaders and trailers are definitely a lot cheaper than a harvester, so you kind of find the harvester that you're going to get, and then you get the loaders and trailers based on the harvester, not necessarily the other way around, you know? And I mean, yeah, I mean, it also depends on how big your fields are, right? If your field is small enough that you wouldn't be able to make a single round bale, then having something that can put out a variable size bale, you know, in the form of, although this can put out kind of variable size bales, but putting out something that can put out a variable size bale in the form of a square bale might not be a bad idea. Yeah, a lot of tractors and combines and stuff like that have GPS capabilities these days. It's very pretty. It's very serene. What's up, Barrett? How many semis they have? Well, so come to find out, and this is something that's interesting, and I'm sure it's not the same for everywhere, but the videos that I was watching that kind of covered a lot of the cotton farming in the South here, the farmers leave the bales in the field, at the end of the field, and the cotton gin actually comes and picks them up. Which I thought was interesting, right? So they don't have to actually deliver their crop to the processing plant. In terms of the cotton, the processing plant was coming and picking it up for them. So I don't know if that's a common thing or what, but I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because it requires obviously such specialized hardware to be able to bring this crop back home. I'm doing okay. I had a really long day at work. Had another multi-hour or many-hour phone call. But it is what it is, and it worked out okay. Could be contract. Well, no, I mean, that's how it was actually, like, explained and everything, right? Like, it was explained as this is what this is. Like, this is what happens here. So you would pick the gin that you would sell stuff to, they would come in and pick it up. Which I thought was interesting. I mean, it could be on contract, I suppose. Like, you know, you contract with the gin and they contract you to plant X amount of cotton a year, right? Kind of like a custom farming operation. But you never know. Look, 3 bales. I wonder if you can see when it empties. Oh, it did. Certain hole, a certain logging tool. Oh, no, actually, we weren't really affected. We were not really affected. I know a bunch of people who were, but we weren't. We had all of our systems patched in like friggin' like under an hour. How many passes is it before you get a bale? On the long passes, it's about a pass and a half. Pass and a half to 2 passes to get a bale. These short passes, it's taken me 4 so far, and we're about 60-something% away through. So, I'm expecting about 10 or 12 bales, I think. Which, I mean, is a lot of cotton. Another, yeah. Oh wait, no, it didn't. The patch for Log4j. Well, it depends on the patch that you're talking about, but the patch for Log4j didn't cause, unless there's something new, didn't cause another remote code execution. It caused a DDoS. Or it costs the ability to denial of service itself. Was it? That's great. Really? China still 100% handpicks its cotton harvest, as does India. Really? I mean, they've got enough people to do it. Log4j is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, I mean, the thing is when you got people who need jobs, and you've got, 500 million extra people, like, they can pick some cotton, I guess. They probably pay them less than what one of these machines would cost, too, to be honest. These things are like 800 grand. They pay for themselves in time? Well, here in the U.S. they do, but... Right? I mean, they're new. They're 800 something grand. That doesn't mean that running costs are free either, right? So they do cost money to run, and if labor is cheaper than those running costs, then, you know, it doesn't really make sense to, right? Those countries just have so many people. That it kind of just makes sense. It looks really good. Yeah, I know, I heard. People gave Battlefield a lot of shit for that. But yeah, I mean, look, like, it looks really good. Jeremy Corbyn had a farm show? Wait, who's Jeremy Corbyn? Do you mean Jeremy Clarkson? Isn't it James Corbyn? No, it's James Corden. But for farming, essentially? Essentially, yeah. Clarkson. Yeah, it's Clarkson. Dude, that show was great. Clarkson Farm was great. I can highly recommend. Oh, son of a bitch. Crap. I just dropped a bale right there. Well, there's one. It's kind of hidden in the woods. We'll have to go grab it. Yeah, we'll be able to get it and move it. The tree looked a little cold. Yeah, it just needed a jacket. So we knit it a jacket. I don't remember when he said egg. Look, there's our friend. Hello, friend. I added a mod that makes it so that you can't look all the way around. It changes it so you're looking over your shoulder, and then you can hit shift to lean so you can actually like lean out and look at things. Oh crap. I was hitting a key while I did that and just fucked that up pretty good, huh? Whoops. This is what you get for distracted driving. You know what? We're going to do a bit of a pass here. As a headland. We saw nothing. Yeah. I was coming down this way to get to a headland. Yeah, an egg. I wish there's no season 2 of that yet, right? The part where got from delivering an asphalt mixer in ETS2, I really want to play more Euro Truck Sim, American Truck Sim. So, the part that got me for Clarkson's Farm, and the part where I'm like, I don't even know if I could do this, was when he had the 2 sheep, or the 3 sheep that couldn't breed, and he sold them to the slaughterhouse, and he went back outside to say goodbye to them, and they had already been slaughtered. And I was just like, oh. Like, he dropped them off, went inside to do paperwork, came out, said goodbye to them, and they were gone. And I was just like, oh shit, that's like... And then, like, later on, he was like, you know, I was really sad to see the sheep go, but he was having, like, mutton stew, and he's like, but they are tasty eating. Yeah, he looked genuinely upset when it happened. You know, obviously it's TV, so I don't really necessarily know, but he looked genuinely upset when it happened. I mean, it's the unfortunate realities of life, right? Like, you know, if you like hamburgers, somebody had to say goodbye to that cow, basically, you know? Yeah, that show was good. It was genuinely entertaining. But it is what it is. We eat a lot of chicken. That's why I don't know if I could ever be like a chicken farmer, because I'd be like, no, you can't kill my chicken for food. Like, I'm gonna bury this chicken when it dies at a healthy old age. Like, no. I wish there was some sort of console in here that I wish these were like animated or animated so we could tell when it was, you know, ready. Local chicken at the farmer's market. Yeah. We've been trying to kind of better source a lot of our stuff. Me and Yazel have. Because, yeah. What's up, Yagash? Try to get rid of some of our try to get rid of some of the cost with shipping things and doing that, you know? I'm going to cut a little bit more of a headland because I was backing into that tree. Which production is better for beginners? So if you're trying to just kind of have a beginner production in 22, I would say something like the oils is a good step, right? Because the oil gives you the ability to make a production, but it doesn't have, it only has one input ingredient. So you can make an oil just from sunflowers, or you can make an oil just from canola. And it doesn't require any other productions to actually make. So oil is a good production to start. Now, if you're a little bit more into it, and you've played a little bit more and you're comfortable with the equipment and stuff, I would say that after you do oils, I would do sheep for wool. So you would do grass, right? Do grasslands. So you'd do sheep for wool, and then use that wool and do the tailor, or do the spinnery to the tailor. So you'll have to do grass. Then you don't have to worry about getting hay or anything, because sheep just eat the grass. So you bale the grass, give it to the sheep, harvest their wool, and then bring that to a spinnery. And then from the spinnery, you would give it to a tailor, and from the tailor, you would sell clothes. I think that's your second, like, most kind of, like, great one to start with. So I would start with oils, and then I would go on to clothing. And if you can do clothing, then you can start basically doing all of the other stuff as well, right? If you can get the clothes done, then all of the other ones are just the same amount of steps. Can you make cereal or baked goods? You can make both bread, which is just wheat flour. So to do bread, you have to bring wheat or a different cereal crop to the flour mill. The flour mill will make flour, and then from the flour, you bring it to the bakery, and the bakery will make bread. So you can... Hey, Ollie Bear! So you can make baked goods. The hardest one in the game to make is actually cake, because to make cake, you have to make sugar. So you have to plant some form of sugar, take it to a sugar mill and make sugar. You have to make flour, so you have to have some sort of cereal grain to go to the flour mill to make flour. You have to have eggs, which means you have to have chickens. You have to have butter, which means you have to have cows. You have to have milk, which means you have to have cows. And you have to have... I think that's all of the things. There's oh, and you have to have strawberries, which means that you have to have a greenhouse as well. Cereal's kind of complicated. Cereal requires grapes, oats, corn, maybe? Cereal requires oats, grapes. I don't know. Let's find out. Cereal requires oats, corn, grapes, and honey. So those aren't terrible. Cake requires the most, though, at flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, and strawberries. But I would say if you're just starting, oils are great. The oils are fantastic. And then after the oil, I would do wool. So those ones work out pretty good too. And then go on to like cereal or cake. And there are going to be a lot of, like we added one in today. Will it stop? It won't. Nice. I added one in today that was the lime factory that allows us to turn stone into lime, which was interesting. Which we should put somewhere, because stone into lime is actually very useful. So we'll have to do that at some point. I added a couple things today, actually. Did I add more stuff in here? Well, I added these, which are like little bunker silos. We have the cat and pig gas tanks. Ooh, cat and pig gas tank. Look at our little cat gas tank. Which productions do we have? We own all of them on the map. We have everything. We have all of the productions. So we can pretty much do anything we want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 6 bales. Since we're already at 6, I'm actually kind of think that maybe 10 or 12 was a conservative. Well, I guess these parts of the fields are smaller. But the price is too high. It is. I mean, I say that having already put $250 into it, or 250 hours into it, but I mean, it is not cheap. Simulators aren't cheap. They're never cheap. A simulator is, I mean, Flight Sim was like $100 for the edition that actually came with the planes that you want. Train Sim the Train Sim world is famous on Steam for being the most expensive game with DLC. There's like $12,000 worth of DLC for Train Sim world. It is insane, though. Simulators are not cheap. And part of the reason is licensing fees. So, like, the game engine and those things, yeah, they cost a lot of money. But yeah, I think Aragorn is right. You know, licensing fees are probably what really make it a thing. And, like, realistically, you know, it makes sense because if you license stuff, one, the companies are going to want money for their license, which is fine, right? That's acceptable. But two, like, with the licensing, now all of a sudden, you know, people are going to want to play the game that has the licensed equipment that they know. Right? Nobody wants to play a farming game with generic Tractor 1 and generic Tractor 2, right? Like, they want to play a farming game that has frickin', you know, John Deere and Case and New Holland and, like, all of these things that they see when they're driving down the roads. You know, they don't want to play a tractor game that's got nothing. Bored for that game? You can mod. I mean, you can put production chain mods into 19 as long as you're on PC. I don't know if they exist for console. What do you mean? I mean, it's, for the longest time, John Deere wasn't in Farming Simulator because they couldn't get the rights to John Deere stuff. Well, John Deere wasn't officially in Farming Simulator because they couldn't get the rights, but people modded in John Deere tractors all the same. And then eventually they gave up. And they just allowed them to use it, essentially. I mean, I'm sure they made money off of it, but they allowed them to use it. Yazel got her booster shot today, and she's feeling it pretty hard. How much work it went into make a whole world, set up servers to stream it? Well, they didn't make a whole world, right? You got to remember with FS22, they didn't actually make the world. A lot of it is streaming from Bing, right? That mapping data already existed. Thanks, everyone. I did it for the wedding. I got a beard trim and a haircut for the wedding. The weather effects and the ability to link into real-time weather, that definitely, right, that's definitely a achievement. But the whole, like, world thing, like, they're really just, other than some areas where they decided to kind of handcraft specific stuff, most of the planet is just procedurally generated terrain from satellite imaging, right? That they based off of, and it's obvious when you fly over it. That's procedurally generated from that. I mean, still very cool, but that's all been satellite data that Bing's had for years upon years upon years upon years upon years, right? somewhat believable housing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it depends how close you get. It certainly depends how close you get. We spent a night on Discord one night. I don't know if you were around or not for that night, but we spent a night on Discord that we ended up just flying into people's houses. And when you get a little close to the ground in Flight Sim, things start to look really wonky. And yet, it's really... Oh, yeah, well, you can tell when you get real close to the ground in Flight Sim in a lot of those areas that you're right, Bing does not look that good. You are correct, Bing does not look that good. But, I mean, it's a satellite photo, so... Yeah, it was one of those where it's like, ooh, this is... There was some, like, really, like, oh, wow, this texture is okay. Like, okie dokie. Now, there's a lot of user mods for it now that kind of, like, do custom trees and stuff like that, which is very interesting to me. Oh, it's a very impressive game. It is a very impressive game. But I don't know if it's an unbelievably impressive game, if that makes sense. Look at Sophie back there. Hello, back there. Nobody but Minecraft could have probably made it. I mean, Google could have made it. I mean, it's not like that map data's unaccessible. Right, somebody would have had to have paid Microsoft or Google probably for that map data. But it's not like that map data is unaccessible. I mean, there's something to be said for, you know, Microsoft and Google would have had an easier time with it, right? Because they have both the data center and the map data, right, being Azure and otherwise, but I'm sure people could have made it. I mean, look at the, you know, it's not like Microsoft Flight Sim is the only flight simulator out there, right? Yeah, but that's, I mean, Amazon technically does it now too. There are other very good flight simulators out there. Just don't drop this one on the trees. I'll try not to. Smart ass. I didn't drop the last one on the trees either. I mean, I dropped the first one, but not the last one. Do you like my cotton bale? Well, yeah, but you gotta remember Microsoft bought the company that did it. It's really only published by Microsoft in the end. I mean, it was Asobo who did it. And I don't think Asobos are the ones who made Flight Sim 2010, right? Or Flight Sim X, FSX? Did Asobo make FSX? I don't think they did. Right, these companies are just buying places, buying studios. Amazon tried making a game in-house instead of just buying the studio to make it. That didn't work out so good. Come to find out, it's harder than they thought it was. Surprise! Your MMO sucks. Just like at one point Microsoft had owned 343, was it? Or Bungie. Did Microsoft own Bungie? And then spin it off? I think they did. I mean, they have the money to buy everything, which is just a thing as well, you know? RuneScape for early MMOs. I mean, there's plenty of good examples of MMOs out there. Just Amazon apparently decided to not look at any of them. I think they own Bungie. They owned Bungie. Hi! What's up? How are you? Do you want to make a bet on how many cotton bales we're going to get? We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We currently have 7. 8 with the one on the back of me, and this much cotton left to go. Is 343 still under? Yeah. Xbox Game Studios. They still own Bungie? Do they? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we're at 8. Yeah, Blizzard and Bungie didn't get together very well, huh? Currently independent. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, because they went independent right around the same time that they put Destiny on Steam. Yeah. Yeah, it was right around the time they put Destiny on stuff. Because they were with Activision for a while, right? Like, that is true. I'm not crazy, right? Apparently their company's 30 years old. Apparently Bungie's 30 years old, which is crazy to me. Because the Destiny was having like the 30 years of Bungie event or something like that. I was like, holy shit, Bungie's 30? I wonder if it was just a collab product or project, and it like they never really changed hands or anything like that. Like Blizzard never actually owned Bungie, sort of thing. Blizzard Activision just kind of worked with them. You typed and immediately spilled a bottle of beer down your shirt. That's okay. That's unfortunate. It happens, but it's unfortunate. We are already at an hour and a half of harvesting this field. Grimtongue, or Worma Grimtongue, I think was his name. His name's Worma Grimtongue, right? Yeah. Undead Labs. I don't know what Undead Labs does. I don't know what Undead Labs has. State of Decay. Oh, I never played the State of Decay games, actually. I never did those. I don't think I did. Like, maybe I played them once or twice, but I never really jumped into them. We were actually making pretty good work of this field. nice. Yeah. That's a pretty old series, though. To be fair, that's a pretty old series. I mean, they've made a bunch of other games, too. I remember there's a lot of things that Xbox Game Studios was under. There's a lot of really good ones. We're actually not that far off from done with this. This is going to take less time than I thought it was going to, which is nice. It's going to take probably about 2.5 hours. 2 hours to 2.5 hours, which isn't terrible. I mean, with 2 of us running. So I guess that would have been... You know, with 1 of us running, if it was only just me, it probably would have been a good 4 hours, 5 hours to do this field. 2018? There was a State of Decay in 2018? Did I know that? I think I might have known that. There was this game once that I remember, but it wasn't State of Decay. I don't remember what it was called. Soldier of Fortune. And Soldier of Fortune 2. State of Decay is the zombie one. Okay, I want to see what happens when it flushes. I want to see what happens when this flushes. Oh, it just kind of flushes. And then this thing does its rolling thing like that. Where now it's rolly, 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 rolly. It was. Yeah, it was Soldier of Fortune. I remembered what it was. Oh, what the heck? Oh, son of a bitch! Apparently I dropped my load back there. You checking out the new Halo campaign? I have never played Halo before. I've actually never played Halo. It's nothing really against the series. I just didn't own an Xbox. I had a PlayStation, not an Xbox. So I never played Halo. And I just never... I kind of never went back and picked it up on PC. And I've never owned an Xbox of any kind. So... I just never did it. Yeah, I know it's all on PC now. I just never have gone back and done it. I don't play as much of those. I don't play as much of those arena shooters anymore. I don't really play shooters anymore. I guess the last shooter that I really played was probably PUBG. It was probably PUBG. I'd have to think after PUBG what I've kind of really done as far as like arena first-person shooters have gone. You can't get anything on PC, but you can get a whole lot. Legally. You can't get anything on PC legally, but you can get a whole lot. I mean, they even went through and released all of the old Final Fantasy games for PC. Halo's just a conventionally good game, good story game. Is it? I've never paid attention. Like, I can't tell you anything about the Halo story. I never played Mass Effect either, actually. So I've never done Halo, and I've never done Mass Effect. I want to do Dragon Age, but I haven't done Dragon Age. I know we were talking about that. I'd like to do... I like to do story games. But my problem with story games is I have to be invested in the story early. Like, it has to catch me early. If it takes too long to get me into the story, I end up not caring, and then I just end up being like, yeah, okay, whatever, fuck it, I don't care. That's how Final Fantasy XIV lost me. Final Fantasy XIV lost me because it was just it took too long for me to give a shit about anything. And by the time people were like, oh, you should give a shit, I was just like, I was out of shits to give. And there was too much other shit. Like, there was too many storylines and too many things. So that's how I did fandom. What does the campaign mode for Farm Sims look like? Well, you are this rough and tumble young farmer whose life is starting to look up when you inherit a farm from your grandfather, but it's a little dilapidated. So you must farm the land and help out the locals and their businesses to become a farming magnate. Are there cat girls? No, but there are cat gas tanks. See? There's kitty cat gas tanks. The Catrol fuel tank. It's cat petrol. Ooh, Catrol. See? We have one right here. Look at our Catrol. Hello, kitty. And then there's a piggy one, too. Yeah, I don't generally do that sort of thing either. Like, World of Warcraft has the same thing, Barrett, where there's so much outside of that. You gonna play some more Factorio tonight there, Falcon? I'm gonna finish harvesting this field and then probably call stream and play something, whether it be Factorio or maybe we'll sign into Ark. I want to check out the new Ark map, but I haven't done it yet. I put up a server for it and haven't gone. Did you fuck up installing a new thermostat? That sucks. Unknown. What makes you think you fucked it up? Thermostats are pretty easy. What makes you think you screwed it up? I don't think you can... I don't think you can say that they both matched and didn't match at the same time. Ooh, we're almost to another Bale. Down to 6, down to 7, down to 8, 99, 100. And it empties, goes into the other Bale, then this thing spins and boom. Look at that sweet, sweet cod. If you should get a gas station simulator, FS22 car mechanic simulator, Kerbal Space Program, or Factorio. Whew. Yikes. Take gas station simulator out of the running. Out of all of those, the worst one is gas station simulator. So take that one out of the running. Car mechanic, I would also take that out of the running. I would take both car mechanic and gas station simulators out of the running. In terms of bang for your buck, neither one of those will give you the same boom as Kerbal Space Program, Factorio, or Farm Sim 22. I agree, Jaxa. Gas Station Simulator is fun. I agree. But I don't think you're going to put as many hours into Gas Station Simulator as you would put into Factorio or Kerbal Space Program. Right? So bang for your buck, like money-wise, right? If you had to choose between those 5 games, Gas Station Simulator, FS22, Farm Sim 22, Car Mechanic Simulator, Kerbal Space Program, or Factorio, if you had to choose between those 5 games and you only had $30 to spend, which games are you going to get the most time out of? The answer is either Kerbal Space Program or Factorio. Right? As much as I truly love Farming Simulator 22, you're more likely to get money out of Factorio Kerbal Space Program. Like, both games are legitimately 5 more minute games. You know, in no way, shape, or form am I dissing Gas Station Simulator or Car Mechanic Simulator, right? They're good games. They are entertaining. They're there. But they are not forever games on the same level as KSP and Factorio. And I would even argue that KSP and Factorio are on a different level of forever game than something like even Farming Simulator 22. I love this game. This game is amazing. It's great. But there is something about being able to make your own rocket or make your own factory and explore around, that makes each thing different. You're risking dislocating your jaw from yawning. You stay up the whole night? Dude, go to bed. Go to bed. Thanks for coming and hanging out, though. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Yeah, KSP is a bit of a... It's a bit of a slog to get started. But if that sort of thing is your jam, if building rockets and doing the whole space program thing is your jam, you just can't go wrong with KSP. Especially with number 2 coming. Goodbye, Barrett. Pop onto Discord at some point. We've been talking on Discord a whole lot more recently. Pop onto Discord at some point. But I'm sure there are people with it, but I can guarantee you that there are more people with 2,000 hours in Factorio and Kerbal Space Program than 2,000 hours in Gas Station. Personally, if I didn't already own literally all of the games in that list, personally, I would probably purchase Factorio. Like, if I had to make a choice from the games in that list, I would probably purchase Factorio. Factorio is a game that I still go back to 2 or 3 times a year, and I still put in 100, 200 hours, all of the time to do it. DLCs. There is no DLC for Factorio. There is some DLC for KSP, but I don't remember if it costs money. There is some DLC for KSP, but I don't remember if it costs money. They do patch it frequently, though, relatively, with new content. I think there was 1 or 2. Making History was a DLC for KSP, and then there was an asteroid one that made it so that you could land on asteroids and stuff. So I think there's 2 KSP DLCs. Factorio has no DLC. Not yet. They'll have a DLC next year. Gas Station Simulator's too new to have DLC. I don't think it does. Car Mechanic Simulator also too new for DLC, because that's 21. There is no DLC for Farm Sim, but there will be. Because I believe Precision Farming is going to be an actual DLC for Farm Sim at this point. So there will be DLC for Farm Sim. And remember, KSP 2 is coming soon. So if you don't care about playing the newest Kerbal Space Program, you might actually want to grab Factorio and then buy Kerbal Space Program 1 when 2 comes out. You can buy 1 on discount. Although, I guess maybe they did it. Did you get the Year 1 pass for FS22? I don't remember. I pre-ordered stuff, so I don't know if I got the Year 1 pass or not. There's DLC on Car Mechanic? On Car Mechanic 21? Really? Really? I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I didn't know that. 5 on 21. On Car Mechanic Simulator 21. There's 5 DLC? Are they going after Train Simulator's most expensive Steam game? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's just me. I wouldn't do that. I hate feeling nickel and dimed. The good news about Farm Sim is, even though there does tend to be a fair amount of DLC for it, over the 2 years that the game is out before the next one. One, most of the time it's good. 2, if you don't care about the equipment that's in the pack, then you just don't buy it. And 3, the modding scene is ridiculous for this game. Creeper World 4, I've never played a Creeper World. Never played Creeper World. People keep saying that it's a tower defense game, I think. Wave defense? I've never played it. I'm almost done with my side, and then we'll have to go up and help Sophie with hers. Still got a decent amount up there. They also say it's an RTS. I mean, isn't every tower defense kind of a real-time strategy game? I've known a lot of people who've played it. I should give it a shot. It sounds like I would like it. I just never did it. It isn't based off a track? Like an open 3D map? I mean, interesting. Interesting. The cameras and the tractors working? Yeah, getting that camera working would be great. I would also really like to see, and these will come with modded tractors. They've already started putting out tractors that you can like open and close the windows and open and close the doors and stuff like that. So they've already started to put in some modded cabins. But it would be really nice to get like that screen to work, more of that screen to work, that screen up there to work. Like, it would be really nice to be able to kind of be able to play this without the GUI and have all of the information that you need at your fingertips. So, I know a bunch of people have kind of said, "Hey, it's 2021. Like, let's get some more interactive cockpits." Because, like, they look great. They look super good. It's just, you know. Oh, I'm tired. I did not sleep super great last night. And man, I had a long day for work. And then we'll go and how much dirt is in here? How many bells have we gotten so far? I have not counted. But I'm starting to wonder how much Sophine has. I'm going to get to one more bale and then turn off my harvester so we don't end up with like a crazy... Like, two of us are with, you know... Clean up this line real quick. I'll have to look. We've probably gotten about 12 or 13 bales so far. I really wish those did work. Those are like real pictures too. Let me turn off the help menu. So we're at 51% of our bale. Continue just working around. They are cool little, I mean cool, I say little, but like, they are cool harvesters. Like, look how big these things are. And they look like little turtles. Just like little humpback turtles. I don't think a humpback turtle is a thing. This one already has 1.4 hours of operating time on it. So we've been doing this now for 2 hours. 2 harvesters for 2 hours. Roughly. So let's see, that's 3. So far it would have been about 4.5 hours worth of solo harvest time if we were to do this solo. 4.5 hours if we were to do it solo so far. What the heck did I just hit? Educated Kess says the tree, but I don't think I was close enough to hit that tree. Educated Kess says the tree, but I don't think I was close enough to hit it. What's with these bots? They happen all the time. I mean, every platform has its bots. But you would think that this one, since they constantly say the same message, I wonder if I can set it up so that it'll automatically moderate those.
Account that had
Interesting. Could have put in a filter. Yeah, I need to figure it out. Oh, you know what? I never swapped a live chat. Hey, Con. How's the con harvest going? Going really well, actually. Okay. I need to stop mine. It's going really well. Blocked words list. Yeah, I just gotta figure out where to set it up for YouTube. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 14 so far. So we'll have 15 with that. I'm gonna go get the... Yeah, I'll just go do it. I'm gonna go grab the other bit, the thing real quick to pick up bales. We'll start picking them up. You guys don't need to use that door. Only takes 4 bales at a time. We're gonna have to buy some more spinneries. Oh, you guys want to hear something satisfying? Ready? I downloaded a mod that adds the hydraulic sounds. Except for apparently for this one. Maybe because it's pink. Ah, saint. So you say, but here we are with a pink one. Nothing in any way, shape, or form made you make it pink. Oh, where'd those other 2 cotton tags go? I thought we had another 2 that were right here. Your massage balls came today? Did they? You did it to smite me, that's reason enough. I thought I've been nothing but a friend to you. I have been nothing but a friend to you. I've paid for this server so that you can play games with us. And been nothing but nice. You took him to the spinnery? Okay. Large lacrosse balls? Yeah, I kind of had an idea. Nice, hard, large lacrosse balls, basically. Well, hopefully it'll help you repair your shoulder. Keep it in this tree. Oh, I almost killed that dude. He shouldn't have been walking in the sidewalk. Shouldn't he have known? He should have known better than to be walking in the sidewalk. Cotton special day? Yeah, today is cotton special day. We harvested this whole field of cotton, which is a lot of cotton. You don't even see the tractor, it's just a massive pink thing. Yeah. Just a massive pink thing. I'm just trying to unload these as easy as possible. Thank God we don't have crop destruction turned on. Just go ahead and move that out of the way. Alright, so that's 9 so far. Cervical neck pillow. Did you get a square pillow like mine? Wait, hold on. Did you get a square pillow? We're at 15 bales so far. Or did you get a different brand one? Oh, it's not for sleeping. Oh, okay. It's for treatment. Oh. I don't know what a cervical neck pillow is, though. Alright, that's 12 so far. Put this under their neck instead of a hot towel. It's got more lift. Aha. Oh. Okay. An object that does it? Oh, alright. That's kind of cool. Alright. That's 3 more bales. So much cotton. Like your clients have injuries, or are you working on your own injuries? All right. That is 12, 15. So there's 15 there. $15 so far. And then we'll just grab whatever comes out of Sophine last. Posture is really hurting you. That's really more to do with your chair than your desk, I think, right? mega field's around 40 acres. Is it? Because it's a bale every 2.5 acres. I really wish it would tell us on this now. Chair without armrests. I actually took the armrest off my chair. We can take the armrest off your chair if you want. We are here to scoop the turtle's poop. Oh, turtle, give me your poop. This Massey looks really good. Supposedly the door's open. Let's look at the Oh, look! Look, yeah, the door opens and closes. And the back window opens and closes. That's great! I forgot what the name of it was called again. Noble Fates, that's right. So sentences together? Interesting. Interesting. I think we could have still run 2. It kind of, it's amazing how... Alright, it's going to be time now to figure out what is the next... It's going to be time now to figure out what is the next crop. Alright, what's the next crop? Status should be harvested. Boop. Harvested. There's some missing stuff, but nothing crazy quite yet. So the question will become... We need to pick out stones. We're going to need to roll it. And lime it. But it does not need to be plowed. So we'll have to mulch it. Do we need a certain crop for the animals? Technically we need silage. But... Oh, this is wheat. I was like, wait. But these are actually both corn and ready for silage. Sorghum can be used to feed chickens. I know that. Let's see, what are our options? Wheat, barley, corn. Wheat, barley, canola, oats, corn. I don't really want to do corn. We could do soybeans. We could do potatoes. We could do potates. Oh, Sophie ran out of fuel. Okay, give me a moment. We have a fuel Bowser. Chickens, yep. Sorghum would also be used to feed cows. Not in this. Not in this game. Cows in this game eat a mixture of hay, straw, silage. Oh yeah, I mean the thing you've got. Hay, straw, silage, and a mineral feed. So in this game, cows don't eat sorghum. They actually don't eat any grains. right. I thought you were gonna lie down, but then your arm started hurting. Put fuel into plastic bags? Yeah, we can absolutely do that. That's totally safe. It is totally safe to put gasoline into plastic bags. Or I'm sorry, you're British. Petrol into plastic bags. Big field of sorghum. I like how you... I like how you brought out the big tractor to grab this thing. Yeah, I'm not sure this tractor is big enough to carry that. Jesus, this thing runs faster than I can. What do pigs and sheep eat? Pigs eat potatoes. The sheep eat grass. Sheep just eat grass. Pigs eat potatoes. And maybe some other stuff. Hold on. We'll find out what the pigs eat. Corn, wheat, barley, everything. Corn, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, potatoes, sorghum, and sugar beets. There you go. Horses apparently eat sorghum as well. So I'm thinking that we do either canola or potatoes, because beehives increase both canola and potatoes. So I'm thinking if we do canola or potatoes, we can increase the yield of this field even more. Are we gonna get horsies? I don't know. Horsies are kind of a weird one for me because they don't give you a product. The product is the horse, right? The product is the horse. And I've never really been into that because it's, you know, you like train up the horse and then do it, if that makes sense. For meat? No, you don't eat horses in this game. You would sell them for, you know, as horses. We don't have to plow the field for the next crop. If we do potatoes, we'll have to plow it after the potatoes. What else do you do? Make glue? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you make glue. Yeah, as a horse, yeah. You just sell them as a horse. You know, like, to ride on and shit. Excuse me, I know this says it needs rolling, but I just rolled it, and it's no longer... So we will need to mulch it. Which means we'll need to go grab the mulcher. What's the biggest mulcher? Not big enough. The field's gonna take a while to mulch. It's like 6 meters is the biggest mulcher. Still bigger than the biggest rock picker. Yeah, that's freaking true. Oh. This tractor needs some repairs, apparently. How to get the toy off the top of the building? I know how to do it, we just haven't done it yet. I kind of liked leaving it up there. So I know how to get up there. Eventually we'll do it. We'll let that do its thing. Yeah. Big rocks and the rest get left. Yeah, the only issue is with this game, the big rocks appear all over the field. Like, big rocks in this game are not an uncommon thing. Those things turn on a dime. So, like, hold on, we'll go back to the other part of the field. This is a big field. So, like, all of these rocks have to be picked up. Like, all of them. It is an insane number of rocks. This actually seems worse than when it was before, but yeah. So we'll have to run a rock picker over the entire thing. I think that's considered small rocks. But it is an insane number of rocks. Like, I get it. Like, there's a lot of rocks on the earth, but ooh, it's rough. Oh, I would agree. I think they need to tune down the amount of rocks that definitely show up. I would agree with that. This is the first year that rocks are in. Yeah, this is the first year that rocks are in the game, so it's not like it still needs tuning. And I'm sure there'll be mods and other things that'll come out that'll, you know, help tune it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. So yeah. No, it's a little much right now. Dairy farmer. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wonder. I made a bale thingy. Oh, and it works. Oh, and it just comes out as silage bales. Interesting. Neat. Oh, that's neat. Okay, cool. How's the cows doing? Lots of milk. Still good on food. Still good on food. Lots of milk. Still good on food. Lots of slurry. We're going to have to go and grab more slurry. Lots of manure there. How are you doing? Lots of slurry. Oh my god, lots and lots of slurry, actually. Fair amount of milk. You're doing okay on food still. Okay. What about you guys? You're doing okay on food? You're doing great on food. Lots of slurry, though. 41,000. All right, we're going to have to kind of... 870? Okay. Let's take care of the cows real quick. We're gonna just need to drain their poop tanks. Put them in the big poop tank. There are a fair number of farmers on YouTube, it's true. Well, we have a lot of cows. We have a lot of cows that make a lot of poop. I really should pave a road around the side of this instead of always going through this. We should pave a road this way. A lot of manure too. Let's go grab the rest. You can go in and control characters, really? You can just like puppeteer them. Gather and carry. Like straight up RimWorld shit. Jesus, we already filled up the pooper tanker again. It's kind of interesting. Makes me miss black and white a little bit. Do you have to be a good god? Can I be a bad god? Oops. Shit. You know what, it's fine. There we go. There we go. You can clearly be evil. I miss black and white. There's a game I wish they had for, like, I wish they had made a new one. I feel like with modern technology, a new black and white would be so good. $172,524. So there's a couple hundred in there. All right, neat. It is complete. $7.6. Okay, so it's about 76%. The cotton bale is about 76%. Normal one is 10,000 liters, and that one's 7,600 liters. That's not too terrible. Alright. So that is 15, 16, 16 and 3/4. 16 and 3/4 bales. That's a lot of cotton. That's a fair amount of cotton. 16 and 3/4 bales is a lot of cotton. kill this field. Nice. Well, that was good. I would call that a successful harvest. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16.76. 16 3/4. Nice. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call stream because we finished it, and it is what it is. And call this a successful bit. I'll probably be on Discord. So if you would like to come hang out on Discord, discord.gg/Ayka. And we'll talk and hang out and do things. But I just wanted to have a quick little stream tonight just because I hadn't really been streaming all week, and we'll be back on tomorrow during the day. So just be back on tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna play yet, but we'll play something. Have a good rest of your night, guys. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day. So, good night. Bye.